I think I may have just found my new favorite series. I love this change of scenery. It's very refreshing, you know? Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be trying something a little different from my usual content, which is mostly just vlogs. So I'm trying to expand a little bit, and today is just the day to do it. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the cars are making wonderful noise outside that is... Oh, and I left my house for the first time today to film this. Anyway, you get my point. So, without further ado, let's jump right into this emotional, heartbreaking mess that is my reading life. So, the series I'm going to be looking at today is called The Young Elites. It's written by Marie Lu, and it's comprised of these 3 books. I'll show them to you. The Young Elites, The Rose Society, and The Midnight Star. These 3 books I have are just from the library because I don't buy books. So just a simple introduction to the books. They are young adult fantasy fiction. And actually that's the genre I love, so it's great. I think I can read you the synopsis of the first book without giving away too many spoilers, right? Let's try this. So, I can't really pronounce this name very well, so forgive me if I butcher it, but the main character, Adelina Amoteru, is a survivor of the blood fever. A decade ago, the deadly illness swept through her nation. Most of the infected perished, while many of the children who survived were left with strange markings. Adelina's black hair turned silver. Her lashes went pale, and now she has only a jagged scar where her left eye once was. Her cruel father believes she is a malfetto, an abomination, ruining their family's good name and standing in the way of their fortune. But some of the fever survivors are rumored to possess more than just scars. They are believed to have mysterious and powerful gifts, and though their identities remain secret, they have come to be called the Young Elites. Terran Santoro works for the king. As leader of the Inquisition Axis, it is his job to seek out the Young Elites, to destroy them before they destroy the nation. He believes the Young Elites to be dangerous and vengeful, but it's Terran who may possess the darkest secret of all. Enzo Valenciano is a member of the Dagger Society. This secret sect of Young Elites seeks out others like them before the Inquisition Axis can. But when the Daggers find Adelina, they discover someone with powers like they've never seen. This synopsis is long. Adelina wants to believe Enzo is on her side, and that Terran is the true enemy. However, the lives of these 3 will collide in unexpected ways, as each fights a very different and personal battle. But of one thing they are all certain. Adelina has abilities that don't belong in this world. A vengeful blackness in her heart, and a desire to destroy all who dare to cross her. That was a real emotional roller coaster, and that might have only covered like the first quarter of the book. Basically, if you didn't get it, the people who survived the blood fever were left marked. Society calls them malfettos and in general hates them. Some malfettos, dubbed young elites, have powers. Adelina is one of them. That's the whole thing. So I just want to comment on some parts of the book that I really liked. The first one is its anti-hero plotline. The Young Elites isn't your typical girl finds out she has powers, goes on to be heroic story. No. Adelina, in the story, is actually an anti-hero. If you've never heard of it before, an anti-hero is a protagonist who doesn't have the same traits as typical heroes. They're often dark, cynical, and complex characters as a whole. In this series, it's almost as if you're looking at the story from the villain's point of view. If the story was written from any other character's perspective, yes, Adelina could clearly be painted as the antagonist. However, that's not how it was written, and that makes it all the more interesting. You see exactly why she does what she does. Because of this, you'll end up rooting for her the entire way. It's a very interesting feeling being put on the villain's side, you know? Another thing I like about The Young Elites is that it's written from multiple points of view. While most of the book is written in first person, from Adelina's point of view, there are several chapters in each book that are written from other characters' perspectives. As I emphasized before, perspective matters. When looking at Adelina's view, we can justify her actions, but looking at other people gives us a look at how they see the situation. Another book that is written from many points of view is Wonder by, and I'm going to butcher this name, but R.J. Palacio. I love that book, by the way. Check it out. I think I have a thing for stories written in the present tense. Teachers, always tell you to stay away from it, always write in past tense, But I honestly think it's a very compelling style of writing because you, as the reader, get transported to that place in time as if you were there. The Hunger Games is also written in the present tense, by the way, so you should check that out. It's amazing. It's also an emotional roller coaster. I seem to like books that are emotional roller coasters. I have one last point to make, and that's that this book is really sad. I think that's a good thing. You might not, but I like sad stories. While writing my script this morning, I kept getting carried away reading random sections of the books when trying to find, references. That's how good they are. In particular, I read the ending of The Midnight Star, the last book, and I just started crying there on the spot. Suffice to say, this is a very sad trilogy. No spoilers, just telling you. I'm getting crawled on. Okay, so to end this off, I'm just gonna give you some trigger warnings. This book contains major character death, a lot of angst, which is basically when you're really worried about what's gonna happen. That sounds like every book, but this book seems to do it really well. Finally, this book doesn't have a happily ever after ending. The ending is really sad. It's not that it's dissatisfactory or incomplete, it just isn't that ideal ending you get in fairy tales, if you know what I mean. Which is life, but it really brings you back to the real world to think about it like that. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I really advise you go read the series. If you're a fan of fantasy or major character death or, being sad in general, or even if you just want a really good read to sit down at home and just, binge over the 2 days of Chinese New Year. Totally not what I did. So anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this slightly different kind of video that I'm making. So tell me if you liked it in the comments. Another thing I would like you to tell me is if I inspired you to read this series and what you thought about it. I'm really interested in discussing this with people because I don't know many people who have read it. So I need people to talk to about it too. I'm considering making a video on it. But that's a video for another day. So, bye guys. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. I'm getting bit by mosquitoes. Well, guess that's what happens when you change your scenery. It suddenly got really quiet. I find that very interesting. Well, I should finish my filming then before this noise comes back. I hope I'm not jinxing it. Anyway, let's go. It's getting really loud, so I'm gonna pause. Yeah, when I stop, it stops. Okay, let's try again. Happily ever after. What's down there? I should have expected this. Oh no, my goodness, there's an ant on my iPad. Go away. Yes, thank you.